EP collab, man. Oakland Vallejo, the Bay Area, stand up. I'm from that town. She from Vallejo. She said let's collab. She said okay. We all should play. Hot potato. Whoever got the hottest challenge is it's me, I'm the best. Like creative players on hunters, no less. The lines in your forehead just told me you stressing. Got G-O-D on me side, ooh, he blessed me. All these lies they tell it's a vaccine. They're acting it's so bad like it's wrestling. Keep my circle so small it's insane. If you made the cut then you're part of my team. Just like bowling at pint, both strikes don't gutter. Attracted to the mind but I like mine's hooder. She gotta have a pretty face too.
I wonder how she'll age. Hi. Welcome to the channel. I do like that song. It's also best for those who want to listen to it. Welcome to the Mrs. Best Reviews channel. We have our fabulous, renowned author of a co-host, James Jackson, here with us.
Hi, hey guys. Hi, hey everybody.
I'm in a good mood today. I have no clue why, but I'm happy to see James. It helps to improve the mood and keep it good.
Happy to see you too.
We are here to go over Love and Hip Hop Miami. Listen, y'all. I'm tired. I'm more than tired. I'm wounded. I am exhausted. I am deprived of sleep. I don't understand why Love and Hip Hop Miami does this. I don't know why they do this. I'm going to say to start this recap who I want off of this show. And then at the end of it, we will come back and go over why. But right now, I want Amara gone. I do. I want Safaree gone. He has to go. I want Ray J and Princess gone. I want Flo and Gael gone. I want the Hollywood twins gone. I'm over Trick Daddy. I think that's the cast. Ooh, most of the cast. So I'm over those people. Is there anybody that you would like gone from this show, James Jackson?
I want everybody gone. Make Shay at the top of that list.
I forget, y'all. Listen, that's the top of the shared list, the independent list, the list away from the recap, the grocery list. That's just on every list.
Mona, VH1. If y'all can't do nothing else, get rid of Shay. She's not a main cast member, and her storyline and the disrespect. I can't take it.
She's not in the photo.
She's not in the photo. She's not in the credits. She's not in anything. Half of this cast is not in the photos. The only people that are there are Amara, Safaree, Ray J and Princess, Trick Daddy, Trina, and Flo.
And Zoe. Zoe's in it now. She is. It's my thumbnail for this live.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't see Zoe.
She's like literally in the back, the very back, and no shade. It looks like the producers edited her to be less heavier, and you don't notice her. It's a good picture, but I'm like, why they put her in the back like that? Has she been all here? Sorry, y'all. My lips is dry arguing with everybody who will argue with her, but I'm tired of this cast. I really am tired of this class, but I do appreciate everybody who's going to join us to watch this recap. I appreciate those who have been supporting this recap. These recaps are some of my highest viewed recaps. They usually get a minimum of 50 views. So I do appreciate all of the people who are tuning in, even though you don't subscribe. All of y'all, but I do appreciate everybody for tuning in and supporting me and James through these recaps. I think it's important to thank all of you guys for that support. Also best. The episode title is Nasty Work, and we are going to discuss the nastiest, hella nasty of this work. I didn't understand why they called this episode that.
Well, here's the thing. I actually agree with the title of it because literally they had 74 scenes in an hour episode. 74 scenes, and they had 74 different scenes in one episode. I'm trying to figure out how y'all even did this. Like, literally. Did y'all have like a reel and y'all just put tape over it and literally just cut? Like, it's weird. How we went from scene to scene to scene to scene. Everybody got a 30-second snippet. It's weird.
Sorry. But yeah, I agree. I didn't realize there was that many scenes into it. Sorry, y'all. My husband's in and out of the house. Say hi, also best. Thank you for being here. Anywho, but yeah, they don't need that many scenes. There was a lot of chopped and screwed scenes, and then at one point it felt like there was a scene that was meant to be, that they put at one part of the episode and then they put like the other part of it at another part of the episode. I'm like, just show us everything that happens at once, how it happens. But let's jump into this stupid episode. Safaree proposed to Amara. This is hard, not cursing, y'all. I can say HE double hockey sticks, right, James? Can I say that?
Yeah.
What the hell? I have to give some type of curse word out. What in the actual hell, Amara? You went on live off of the show telling us not to believe everything that we see on the show. You told us that this is a reality show and it is your job and you show up to do a job no matter how you feel about the person. Then you say that that wasn't the case. It's not a fake relationship. Then you say that it's real and your feelings were hurt and that you were embarrassed. Then you get mad at your cast members for getting mad at you for saying that it's fake because they feel like people gonna think that they look fake, which is probably them showing that they are fake, Flo. But it's just so obnoxious to me. Then you act bamboozled when you're doing public interviews, you know, about this relationship. Then he goes and sleeps with your friend, knowing that that was your friend. Then he goes and flirts with some of your other friends. And now you weren't together. You haven't been talking to each other. You do a music video where you're half naked in a plastic wig, and now you're back together. But most people get back together before they propose. Like, I am not even trying to be a hater to those who might feel that I am, but I'm not saying yes to anybody who slept with my friend. I that's just how I feel. But you know, it's really weird. It's just strange. But she accepts the proposal like without question because Amara is a dingbat and she don't use her brain cells. And we see Alan. I did think that was funny. He looked a little annoyed. He and his whole family left. The producers wanted to demic them. They was like, no, we heard them mumbling off, walking away. Alan, you're married, so why can't she get married if it is real?
You know, and this gonna sound crazy coming from me, and I know y'all, I know, but I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed the proposal. I enjoyed the proposal because in my mind, I said at the TV, that's what you get, Alan. That's what the F you get, Alan.
Yeah,
that's what you get. So even though I knew it was some BS to begin with, I'm trying not to cuss too. How many minutes we in here?
7.
Damn. Y'all, this ain't easy because I cuss like you wouldn't believe. But I just, for me, and then when the mama said I wanted to go say bye to Amara, I said, well, for you to accuse of something going on wrong with your knee, y'all can miss me with that. I'm sorry. I'm not finna sit up here. That was enjoyable for me because as much as she gets on my nerves and as much as I feel like she has overstayed her welcome on this show, I do want her to win in some capacity. I do. So that's why I enjoyed the scene, because even though I knew it was BS from the beginning, I still wanted her to have a moment where she felt like she won something, regardless of who it came from. So I feel a little indifferent. I'm going to go ahead and say I actually enjoyed this scene. I really did. It made me feel good for her, even though I know it's not going to last. But I want her to take this situation. Oh, we'll talk about that then. I'll recap that at the end. I'll be fair.
He said he gonna be fair. Lord help us. But yeah, they're engaged. That's how the episode starts. She accepts. Alan leaves. Nothing really too much happens there. So everybody goes back to America, to the States. They've been in the Dominican Republic for some time. And Trina is prepping for her Rockstar Music Festival. Trina, why didn't you just say to Trick, I don't want to do your festival because I'm having my own festival and it's too close to the timeline of mine? Because clearly that's what's going on. Because Trick is the one who helped you even build your team to get the things that you have, separate from her own talent that she does have. But like, that's just a little strange. But she's having her Rockstar Music Festival. We find out she is going to let Jaden, who is Trick's son that wants to rap and about to graduate college, she is going to allow him to perform, which I think is nice. We have to remember that Trina, Trick, Joy, all of these people have been dealing with each other before they were all famous. So now, you know, then they grew their careers together. So I'm not surprised that she allowed that. She's allowing Zoe Brinks to perform also. I'm also not surprised about that. I think Trina she has been successful in the game for so long because she understands how to pay attention to the audience without arguing with them, if that makes sense, like some people do. So I think that she sees that people don't like her attitude on the show. They don't like how she come down sometimes on some of the newer artists. And it seems like she's trying to make peace with Zoe, which good. If you have a platform, it seems like in Miami, that's what they do out there, is support each other and stuff. So I think that's wonderful. The Bay Area music scene, nobody supports nobody barely. So that's why you see artists get big here and leave.
That's because the problem with our society in the Bay Area, and I could say because I'm from there and was born and raised and have witnessed this firsthand, we're very much a crab in a barrel kind of society out there, where if it's not really family, we're not trying to really support it, and it's sad.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
Yeah,
that's
and it's
exactly what
sad.
happens. That's why you see a lot of groups or even gangs and things like that support each other, but nobody else will. It's weird. I hope that it changes. If not, I mean,
Me too,
shit.
because what we have to understand is that aside from us having that mentality, we just have to stop listening to the people that we feel run our networking. And what I mean by networking meaning our circles, like people
Yeah,
who we feel are at the head who are at that 12 o'clock, who controls all the rest of the time.
yeah,
We need to stop listening to that person and support everybody. I should be able to support 2, 3, and 4, even though I'm number 7.
yeah,
They should be able to support me as well, because we all need each other at the end of the day in order for the circle to come full. So I just feel like at the end of the day, I wish we were better at that.
yeah. The Bay Area has work to do with that. They just do. They just do. But we will get there. We will get there. Moving it along, y'all. Go ahead and like the video if you have not already. Live replay gang. Hey, Thug Life. I appreciate y'all for watching. So Amari, I keep saying Amari. Lord, that's my friend's son's name. But Amara and Safaree are at home discussing their potential fake marriage and their fake engagement and their fake relationship. And she brings up that she comes from a fatherless home. When I say to you, if I hear her cry about her daddy issues one more time, I am not trying to be insensitive at all. But honey, you have been identifying that you have daddy issues, abandonment issues that translate to how you date, how you handle friendships, man, all of that. You have been saying this for 5 seasons, sis. It's time that maybe you do something about it so that it stops negatively impacting you so that you can have the things that you want in life. I don't like when people do that. If you know that something's wrong with you, if you can identify something, then that means that you have the tools to go forward and fix it because you're able to identify it. And that's the hardest part for most people. But she doesn't do that. So she cries her sad story. I can't curse just yet in this video, but same poop emoji, new episode, same poop emoji, different day. I think this is proof that it's time for Amara to go. You've talked about the exact same thing season after season after season. I'm not trying to be insensitive. I'm somebody who's had daddy issues at one time too. But you know what I did? I used the health insurance that I had. And I said, hey, yo, y'all help me find a therapist. And I did that. And they sent me to one. And I showed up week after week after week after week after week for years. And James has done the same thing. And now you don't even got to get up and go. You can do therapy virtually. You can have them make house calls like we see Dr. Ken do on many shows. There's so many options. So Amara, I want her to stop talking about she comes from a fatherless home. And this is why their storyline looks fake. Yes, some men will look in your face and see you cry about that. It still hurts you. Yes, but in Safaree's case, I just don't buy it. I don't have anything else to say about that scene. So I will let James take over if he wants to comment.
Yes, I want to comment. I don't know why I'm in defense of Amara this episode, because I usually am not like this otherwise, y'all. I actually understood what she was saying. And I actually understood the message. The problem that I have is that she was saying the message and conveying those feelings to the wrong person. So that's why it's not landing. Because even in this moment, he couldn't even be serious. And My heart hurts for her because she doesn't know how to pick. And I think a lot of us have this issue, including myself. I'm going to throw myself under the bus as well. We all can be rolling up under there. We don't know how to pick because we did not have the fullest examples around us to be able to pick that. And she is a victim of that, and so am I. But the problem is like Mrs. Best said, you have to do the work on yourself to understand why you attract these unavailable men. They're either unavailable married or unavailable and for everybody. And I think that that's where you have to understand what is it in you, ma'am, that is missing that would attract that kind of energy. Because I'm trying to do that myself now that I'm out of another relationship. I am trying to do that. I am trying to figure out what is in me that would have attracted someone that, in my experience, neglected me. So that's what I am trying to do. So in terms of that, you have to ask yourself the hard questions. That's not for him to have that kind of promise to you because you wouldn't have chosen the man that would do that to you in the first place if you had your stuff together. You're rushing this. Like, we know this ain't real, y'all, but I'm just going, for shits and giggles. Somebody may need to hear this. You're rushing this with this man that has already hurt you. Now, I could see if he's never hurt you or maybe gave you any signs that he will be unfaithful later on. I could see if it was some of that, then yes, this conversation would be very much needed. But this is someone who has Google reviews, Yelp reviews, on Pinterest reviews. He is all over the internet entertaining whatever he can get his hands on. And it was funny because I had a conversation with my mother because she asked me, why do you think he does that? And I said, men only do this for wrong reasons. They listen
Your
to the
mama watched
misogynistic.
I love it.
They either do this because they have misogynistic uncles that told them they need them the right woman because either they're running from homosexuality, they want attention, or they're bored. But instead of letting that go and just being single, they want to keep somebody because they don't want to be alone.
Mhm.
This man has issues, wholehearted issues. And to you thinking that you really was finna marry that in that moment was just hilarious to me. That's all I'm going to say.
I
That's it.
personally, I agree a lot of what you said if this were real, but I don't think any of it's real, not even a little bit. Also, I don't have empathy for people who choose to go towards people when they have had nothing but ample warning. Now, Mena, I'll even give her a pass because she really the only one that fully publicly like dated him since the whole Nikki thing. And anyone else was just like booty calls or potential what ifs. But since
But see, that's the thing. That's funny that you even mentioned that because I don't even want to give her a pass because we saw him act out on Love and Hip Hop before they got together. So I feel like she had Google and Yelp reviews as well. The problem with her,
she did, but in terms of like committed relationships, he hadn't really done that part since then. So I think because she was the first person he really committed to since the bigger
Nikki,
name, which I
okay.
don't want to stay on this channel and deal with that. I feel like that's an issue. But after Mena, nobody to me is safe. All you heifers had ample warning. There were billboards and blimps in the sky, fireworks spelling out, do not date him and why. I mean, you got therapists. I think a lot of these women are just truly horny, personally. And it seems like since he made the mold of his man part, I think they just all want to get to it or have a piece of it. Because no shade, though Safaree does the women wrong, the tier and the quality of women that he's attracting that have been interested in him, they have money, they may be pretty, but when you look at the quality of the person
They're
as a
broken.
whole in terms of dating, very low tier. Whether it be
No,
broken,
they're all broken. Yeah.
issues, low tier, all of them. So
Yeah.
it's just that's just
Yeah,
what
yeah,
it is.
including the big name
So,
that you don't want to mention on this channel. She was broken as well.
oh yeah,
So
still is.
yeah. So that's why I'm saying, like, I feel like that makes me feel like he's somewhere broken, and that's why he continues to do this. It's really is not, and that's why I said I don't want to give him the H card but I feel like I'm starting. I don't know. I'm starting to see it. At first I told my mom no, I don't see it with him, but now I'm starting to, and I feel like yeah, you might Martell hold me. You might.
He does remind me of like Martell if he was like in
Because
a
you know
different.
that's what I think about Martell. I really do. I really feel like because he uses buzzwords that makes me think that when it came to melody, you didn't satisfy me, and it was like, okay, that's a really hard word to use when you're talking about someone you committed yourself to, not satisfying you. That when you realize sex is not really for the man, really it's for the woman. If y'all didn't know that, but the problem is that when you say buzzwords like that, it makes me feel like there's something else you're running from.
I don't know what Safari's issue is, and I don't even like to analyze him because everything about him seems fake, down to his hairline, which he's admitted is fake. So, Safari irks me. Speaking of love and marriage, Huntsville. For those, I just want to get the announcement out there because we support each other thoroughly. Really, I support all creators that are small, trying to do what we are doing, but be on the lookout. Myself and James recap many shows together. A lot of these shows have been Bravo based, but we are open and recapping other networks. We will be recapping Love and Marriage Huntsville on James's channel. This will be led by him. This is a show I started watching, got into, so it is decent. Be on the lookout for that. Tap in, subscribe to his channel if you enjoy shows on the OWN network, because they will likely be over on his channel. Also check out Shayna_MCD. She is somebody who also does recaps of a lot of shows on the OWN network, like Ready to Love. I consider recapping that, but it was like,
I might pick it up next season.
Yeah, all these shows I told you to recap. I'm like, do it. Just do it. You watch
I might recap the next season because I think they're doing it in DC, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know where it's going next.
I don't know where it's going. I have to look into it again. I think it's going to DC, and y'all know I want to go to DC. I want to move to DC. So, you know, that's kind of where I'm going. I want to go next. I think that DC is where I'm going next. So I want to kind of see
some good ideas for their shows. They just need to change out the people working on them in the background so that they look a little bit more professional, in my opinion. But I like
agree.
I like those shows. But yeah, Safari, I don't know. I'm over it with him. But moving on, you guys, because these people, they're full of you know what. Amara needs to make better choices, and Safari needs to just leave people alone for now. But at Trick's house, he has the talentless twins rehearsing for the Rockstar Festival because Trina says that she wants the Hollywood twins to perform at this festival. Before I move any further, I am not trying to be mean to the Hollywood twins. They actually seem sweet and non-problematic. But I would have preferred if they put them on this show as people who just want to be known or get into the limelight because they had success on TikTok and they grew up with Trick Daddy. Don't put them in front of us insulting the many talented artists out there that are working hard to put these chicks who can barely perform or say and some lyrics. Don't they're not going to grow on me. Anybody that the Hollywood twins grows on, I am not trying to be mean, is going to be somebody who's okay with listening to low tier, low quality rap. Like, just because you're a female rapper don't mean you got to just rap about having a bag and having a man to do that. Like, I know y'all hear Megan Thee Stallion do it, or even Lotto do it, but these two are two women. Lotto's won a whole rap show when she was a child. She can really spit. Same thing with Meg. She could really spit. So they can do that. But the Hollywood twins, they cannot rap. They can't. They struggle. They need help with producing. They need help with putting the songs out. They need help with the recording process. I wish they stopped trying to push them on us. But looking at the perform in his backyard, I was like, how are you twins and you just have no sync? Because usually my family is full of twins, triplets, full of them. That's why I'm scared to have a baby, because it skipped some generations. I think I'm next. So that's a side note. But
in hindsight, at least you'll really be done if you do a one-stop shop.
James.
Be quiet if I curse you with triplets.
What? They run.
No. No,
And
let me
his
stop because what she gonna do is she gonna knock on my door and give me one of them.
two of them. Give you
She gonna
one
James,
for five.
she gonna James, look, you need some kids. Here you go.
Remember how you said you never had kids? Let's do this together, friend. It takes a whole village.
I don't know. I'm definitely gonna be the favorite uncle, but at the end of the day, I'm just
My kids are gonna be in Arizona so much they're gonna be blacker than the sun.
for real. No, because we ain't gonna go outside. We're gonna figure out how to video game. Well, you don't want no video games. Hey, I'm just gonna have an
Yes,
indoor
I love a
jumper.
gamer.
I'm gonna have an indoor jumper in the house and just put the generator outside and just let the cords fly. Just have it in the house and then they can just do it like that. I'm not finna. I don't go outside like that.
I don't blame you. Y'all, I went to visit James in Arizona years ago. I went in July because it was the only time I could get time off work, and then my other friend had a meltdown. But I'm never going back in July ever again for anything. Not the 4th.
I told her not. I told
wedding.
her not to. I told her not to bring her ass out here in no damn July. I said, why don't you wait till October? Friend? I'm going somewhere in October. I'm like, okay.
I had a
I
Disneyland
warned
trip.
you. I warned you. That was a good trip. You know what's funny? I was thinking that one time her ass was flipped on that damn inner tube.
Bro, my pants came off. It's like, oh, my hoo-ha's out. Like, no. Oh my God. I do not do water parks. I love water though. I think James was like, what? She'll do it? I love adventure. But my pants came off. And I'm so
Lord
glad.
Jesus, I'm happy they didn't ban us from that.
Well, it wasn't our fault. Crystal lost her top. I lost my bottom. I was like, what kind of water? The water park was so hot outside, y'all. The water was warm.
It was warm. It was disgusting. It
I've
was
never
like,
been
oh
to a water park with hot water. Like, anywho, I
it's
didn't
not
catch that.
you.
Praise the Lord. But that was, I never will forget that. But I'm a fun time, y'all. I will lose my pants and still smile. It's just my life. Anywho, Lord, so the twins practicing performing for the Rockstar Festival. We did see Ray J and Safaree come in. Now, Ray J is just funny to me. Ray J is naturally funny. Like, I do love Ray J, not as a husband, but he's a funny guy. We can't deny that. And he's also a very smart and savvy businessman, as quiet as his kid. But Ray J and Safaree come in, and Trick basically explains how Amara smacked Alan up at the back in the Dominican Republic, and all the drama that happened between, Amara out there. Safaree walks in, and Ray J gonna say, well, the fact that Amara felt the need to hit Alan means that she still loves him. Honestly, Ray says a lot of stupid stuff. I personally agree. I'm not putting my hands on nobody, especially a man like that. If I don't care and I've moved on, then you're not going to trigger me like that. Personally.
I agree with that too. However, Ray J doesn't have all the details.
He doesn't.
So I can't 100% agree with him
because you don't know there.
Yeah, he also wasn't there, so he didn't see the context of what happened. Trick gave him a halfway story because Trick didn't even hear what happened. He could have said anything for her to react in that way. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Yes, I agree with Ray J, but at the same time, Alan is problematic as well. So
Alan, no one can deny Alan being problematic, but in this instance, they talk about Amara, and I'm like, girl, her slapping him as soon as she did that, I was like, you look stupid, especially how she just snapped, went from 0 to 100. And this is what happens. Now people are talking about it. I don't care if that's her baby daddy and all of that, because her baby daddy belongs to someone else. So
but doesn't this reminisce about when her mom and her dad got into it in her house?
Same thing.
It's the same thing. She repeated the same cycle. Instead of her taking notes.
I knew Amara would struggle when we saw her in season 1, episode 1 with her mom. I take my mom with me everywhere. That's not healthy. I don't care how close you are, how much you love your mom.
Yeah, that's not healthy. And what to me, when she started dating beneath her, that's when I said, oh yeah, she definitely has a problem, because you're just trying to accept love no matter how it comes. And and to me, that's dangerous all within itself, because you don't know who really means you well just because they say they love you. Love is just a verb. There is a small part. It's also action as well. Now, My action is I love affection. Unfortunately, that is me. I love to be held. I love touch. I love everything. Like you can even when I tell you, just don't pinch my cheeks. That's the only thing I don't like. But when I tell you, you can, literally have your hand on my neck and just put it there, and I'm just like, yes, okay, you touch me, good, we're good. That's how I feel. Just do something. But I could tell she really is lost in translation. She's lost in translation because I'm sure her mama didn't have no man after her dad left. So there's no example there. There's no red flags to watch out for. There's nothing that you can have witnessed that gives you an example of what to look for. So there it is. So yeah, her hitting Alan, that's what she was taught to do when someone tells her about herself because he did in some instance. And that's what happened. So he was right. I don't think that that was his place to tell Safari that, regardless of that being your friend,
It's never
because you
Ray
weren't
J's
there.
place. It's never his place to tell anybody that. That's what Ray does. And he took it a step farther by saying that you also know that she loved this, her heart still with this other man because she didn't cry at the proposal. I did not cry when I was proposed to.
I
I
was gonna
was
say
in
neither did
shock.
I. So I was like,
In shock. I was like, oh shit, come up off the flow. I was genuinely
yeah,
shocked.
I've been proposed to 4 times, and none of the 4 times that I've been proposed to, I have cried at either one. I have not cried. I was in shock. I said, here's the thing. Two of them fools, I know I was not gonna marry. So I don't know. They just wasted their time. One I was really serious with, and the other one, but I did not feel the need to cry. I was ecstatic because that is my desire. I would love to be married one day. So I think I would cry at my wedding. But the proposal, I know that's just halfway there. I'm not gonna cry on no halfway mark. I'm
I
just
didn't
not
cry
going
at
to
my
do it.
wedding either.
Oh,
I
I know
mean,
I'm going. Oh, I know I'm gonna be a mess. I know. I know. Here's the thing, and I'm speaking this out loud because I want it to happen. I know I'm gonna cry for 3 reasons. I'm gonna cry because it really happened. I'm gonna cry when I dance with my mama because that really feels like her letting me go, and I never thought that would happen either. And then the third reason I'm gonna cry because I want the Clark sisters to perform "You Brought the Sunshine" at my wedding, and I know I would cry if they did that.
and here's the thing. I was against the wedding. My father tried to pay for it. He's very, very traditional. He tried to pay for it. I had the appointments, got fitted for the dress, found a venue, and then I woke up on a Wednesday irritated with my family because my mama was my parents are not together. I think they still want each other though. That's a side note, but they don't need to be together. And I was annoyed because my mom was like, I don't want to come to your wedding if your father will be there. And then my dad was like, I'm not walking you down the aisle with that woman there. So I said, F them both. Well, I didn't really say that. I was like, I've never wanted a wedding, y'all. I've just never been that girl because I noticed that everybody who has their heart sets on the big dream wedding, when they do find it, they end up divorced because they're either too focused on the wedding that they're not paying attention to the relationship, or they're too focused on the wedding that they end up damaging the relationship. So there's people I know who've had weddings and it's worked out, but it just seems like the bigger the wedding, specifically when it comes to making it a financial thing, it just don't be working. So I was like, my husband was like, well, you gonna marry my ass, let's go. And he took me to the courthouse on a Wednesday. So hey, it worked out, but I couldn't do weddings, child. I can't do weddings. But maybe that's why I didn't cry, because even as a little girl, I never wanted a wedding. Never wanted it. I don't know. I'm weird. But here I am married. So makes no sense, right?
I'm done with you. I'm done. I'm done with you. I'm
Hey,
done with you.
listen, we've been married for 12 years. We've been together for 15 and a half years. So I don't know. Maybe it works. But everybody do your weddings and your love for what works for you, where you're both being respected also. Because what works for you, you could be like Shay. Shay says Fabo works for her. But you don't want that. You don't want that. You really don't want that. Anywho, but yeah, it's just a mess. I don't think Ray J should be giving advice when by the end of this episode, his wife gonna be trying to run away from him for the 1967th and 24.78 times. Okay, Ray J, be quiet and figure out how your headphones should not break. I'll never stop laughing at that interview with Ray J. My headphones are unbreakable. The man drops them, broke them. He said, I don't care.
I remember that. Oh, God.
Ray J is funny. He's funny, y'all. I really wish he would have brought back I'd love to see a show with the Norwoods, like the family, not the business part, not the dating part, but just
I
like
don't
them
know
there.
if I want to look at Sonya in her wig. So I think
That
I'm a
same wig that she's
she
on
has she
since we
Sonya
was
is literally Sonya has literally had the same wig since I was 2 years old.
and
Sonya
Willie
is
loves it.
literally that wig, that same wig, and I am just like, take it off.
Say what you want about her. I know Hollywood didn't like her for the most, but Hollywood didn't like her to protect her kids. They have their wealth, they have their residuals from all that they've done. So she did something right. Feel how you feel about her. But yeah, moving on, y'all. The Rockstar Music Festival is here, and we get to see who performed. Trick's son performed. He did well. I want him to make music that doesn't sound like what everyone else is making. I want people who are doing music to be your own person. That's how you get noticed, by standing out. When Doja Cat got put on, it's because nobody was doing visuals like her. No one was doing music like her. No one sounded like her. And now look at her. Do what works for you and don't try to be other people. That is my comment there. But his son did well. He had some type of stage presence, but based on the song and the performance, this is why your daddy wants you to stay in school. Finish your degree. It's always good to have a backup plan. I don't care if your dream was to draw pictures or if your dream was to go find SpongeBob in the sea. Have a backup plan all the time. I'm on YouTube, but I have a job and a degree. James is on YouTube. He also has a book. He's done things that aren't the traditional round of jobs. But when he did all of those things, he still had a day job and has.
I actually had 3 jobs, but you know,
He got
yeah,
yes,
yes, somebody I wish I could have found a better way. I really do, but at the same time, I will not. I will humble myself and get me a job, and maybe a couple of them if I have something I really want to do. And
Yes.
really, yeah. So that's
This
just what
shirt
it
I'm
is.
wearing, I can't say the company's name on here, but the shirt I'm wearing, I went and worked at this company just to get through paying off the end of school and the last bits of my degree. So always have a backup plan. Never have shame. It's okay to work and get you a J.O. bizzle. So I think that's all that Trick was trying to get his son to understand. Have the backup plan, because Trick has no backup plan. He's stuck in that house as a big celebrity in a regular neighborhood, ungated, frying chicken and trying to teach talentless twins how to have talent. So it's good to have a backup plan, but I'm happy that he allowed his son to perform. He also seems like he did a good job with his kid. He has decent energy. Some of the cast members seem less mature than his son, so I will give him that. Zoe performed. She did much better. She did do much better. But I'm gonna need Zoe. She did say her weight makes it uncomfortable for her to perform at times, and I could kind of see that. You could see her getting tired at times, but this performance was much better. She gave energy. Did you have any feedback on the performance?
Her performance was good, actually. I did enjoy it. And with Trick's son's performance, to me, I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was bad. I just, like you said, everybody sounds the same. Like
Yeah, it was
everyone sounds the
song.
same. It wasn't
Other
anything
songs on
different.
the radio. Yeah. Sounded exactly like 10 other songs on the radio, y'all, which drives me insane. Be sure to like the video if you haven't already. It's an easy and free way to support the channel, as well as to support James. It puts me in the algorithm, which puts him in the algorithm. So support us. Thank you. Anywho, moving it along. At this performance, Trina's man Swerve, grown man called himself Swerve with a U that young man can spell. And Trina has bad taste in men.
This
She
right here proved it to be right here.
proved it. Trina is at an age that, let me just Google her age real quick, y'all, because
I don't forgot too.
she is a 45-year-old woman. As a 45-year-old woman, you have to get over your hood nigga phase. I've said it. You just do. You also have to get over your Trina. You can't just be dating any old body. Why does this man call himself Swerve? And why does Swerve himself into Trick Daddy's entourage's business? You just got here, Swerve. Trick say he's had the same hype man for his career. And I have seen this man around him. I've gone to a performance. I've seen Trick Daddy perform before. I've seen this guy on this camera who got into it with Trina's man on stage. He's his hype man. He's been there. Trina, you have new booties coming into your life. because they love you and they have great eggplant emoji. You can't keep allowing people to disrespect Trick and whoever who are assigned to you or aligned with you, in my opinion. Swerve is not the star. Swerve is not a manager. Swerve is not A&R. Swerve was not an artist performing. Swerve has no business talking to the entourage or people who are doing business with Trick, in my opinion. I go to events where my husband has to network and things like that because he does music. You know what I did? Sat my ass on the couch or on his side quietly and cutely. Swerve, that's your job. I had to take some notes from a woman. Take some notes from a woman, a housewife, a house husband. Take some notes from some other bigger stars and things like that. Your job is to support your spouse, be there by their side so that they're comfortable. If someone steps to Trina and disrespects her, then you say something. But why are you getting into it with Trick because you want to know who this guy is? Why does his entourage need to explain anything to you when you are new? That's my take on getting into it with it.
Okay, it gave me that hype man messed with Trina at some point, and he found out about it.
They did look the same too.
That's what I'm saying. It gave, and this is allegedly, I don't know. I'm just, that energy looked like someone told you she used to mess with him, and you was pressing him and wanted to ask him why he was here on that vengeance, because there's no way I'm new to a group and I'm calling the shots to see who's been here the longest. There's no way I'm doing that if I have no dog in the fight. Something tells me that someone told him that Trina used to mess with that man, and that's what he was pressing about, because he does give me jealous type. He does. So,
you know what I don't like though? I don't like how Trina always dates, in my opinion, beneath her, or she dates people on her team like Raymond. I just don't think you should mix business and pleasure when you get to a certain like a certain statue of like being known. Trina's very successful. So anybody dating you, you got to put your man in check. Don't let that mandingo get you dickmatized. You got to.
It must be good.
Like he was ready to fight. Trick looked like he was ready to fight,
and I would have.
Trick needed to step in to fight the battles of his, hype man. They got into it. If anything, separate them. Ask what happened, and then speak.
I honestly wouldn't have. Let me be real with you. I honestly feel like if something did happen more, I would have blamed Trick. I'd have been like, oh well, he shouldn't have been trying to press somebody that you do not know.
Yeah, and that's the important part that you're saying. Swerve was trying to press someone he did not know. And so if you take business and who he's dating out of it, you can't just press people you don't know and expect them to react in a way that would work for you. Like, you don't know these people. You don't know how people are going to react. So, and why they try to move on from this so fast. Like,
because to me, like I said, it gave to me that dude used to mess with Trina. And because it came off, it seemed like it was more jealousy, like it was jealousy driven. Because why does that matter to you who that man is if that man has no dealings with Trina or you? That's what I'm saying. It really gave that. Now I could be wrong, and I don't really care one way or the other. I don't care who has been with Trina, who hasn't. I don't care. But my problem is that that to me, I feel like there was no repercussion, or at least they didn't show the scene that there was repercussions to his behavior, and I have a problem with that because I felt like this is business for her. She is on TV. You are on TV. Why did you feel the need to showcase yourself in an unprofessional manner, in an undocumented manner? Because at the end of the day, Trina has her entourage, Trick has his entourage, Super Cindy had her entourage. Yeah. You're not going to go to everybody's entourage and question who everybody is. So that's why I'm saying it's really weird. Something more happened, and they're not really divulging yet to it.
I don't know. This is why I be feeling like Trina needs to go from the show. It annoys me, but what does Swerve do when we watch shows like The Housewives? Hell, when we watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Let's just take someone new. Amy Luciani. MIZZES is my man. We were together. Now we back together. We had this clothing company together, and he's still focusing on getting that done and does music. She explained to us what he does, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does Swerve do Trina. What does he do? Does he work for himself? Does he do like me on these YouTube streets? Does he sell music reactions as I do? By the way, they start at $5. Does he go to a 9 to 5? Is he working at Popeyes? I want to know what he's doing. Is he at Ross Just for Less? Is he at DD's Discounts? Does he own a Rainbow? What the hell do he do? Does he twist a dreadlock? Can he retouch my new growth? I need to know, because I don't understand how somebody is checking a bunch of other people when we don't even know what the hell you do. You have came out of nowhere like a sprout that has been watered and the sun done shined, and now photosynthesis has occurred and we got a flower. Where did you come from, bro? I don't I don't know any of that. So Trina needs to figure that out with her man first. She needs to figure that out. Before we move on, hi, Replay Gang. We appreciate you guys for tapping in. I'm learning too.
She killing me over here.
What?
Because I can't stop laughing. You said, do he own a Rainbow? Do he own a DD's? Do he own?
I want to know. Rainbow got $10 flats. Don't sleep on Rainbow. But I want to know what he does. And we should all want to know. Trina is too big of a name to be dating just anybody, is what I'm saying. She's too, you can't go from Lil Wayne to Swerve. Hell, you can't go from Raymond to Swerve. At least we knew Raymond had a job. What does he do? Prove me wrong. I want to know what he does. I want to know more about him before I see him getting into it with people on this show. That's all I'm saying. Because he has a lot of time. He came on a girls' trip. My man, I've had girls' trips. When I tell you, Mr. Bet, have fun, baby. He don't want to be around all the females. Like, so it's just very strange. But moving on, y'all. Oh, went from bad to worse. So now we have to talk about Shay and Fabo. Shay and Fabo meet with her mom because her mother and them have been having issues. And she says that she's making Fabo apologize for his part in the feud. Let me explain something before I go any further. Fabo is the feud, Shay. I just want to put that out there. And Fabo is, maybe with other people, it's more so them just judging him, whatever. But with your mom, we have watched this man disrespect her more times than I have fingers on both of my hands. We have watched Fabo just be disrespectful, separate from it being his girlfriend's mother. I know I'm not from the South. I'm from California. Shout out to the Bay area, but I was raised right. I'm a firm believer you have to respect your elders. There have been people that have tried me, that are elders at work, that I have said, I'm going to walk away because you're my elder. And they know what I mean. I don't think that you should get at your elders this way. That's someone's mother. But I think the way that Fabo treated Shay's mom is a reflection of how he feels about women and treats his own mother potentially. It doesn't make any sense, especially I know a lot of people who are Jamaican and from the culture, and they respect their elders. They respect their elders. When I say I know a 30-year-old man that will make sure that all that he does, his father and his mom will approve of. So they do respect their elders, even the ones who are not following the rules and the laws and things of that nature. So Fabo doing what he did to Shay's mom is not okay. Here's my thing. If you have to ask and make him apologize, you're not solving anything. He has to see the error in his own ways of communicating with your mother. And he has to view it as an error and want to fix it. But before he can even get to your mama, if he can't respect you, how can you expect him to respect the ones that are important to you? Whether it's your mom, your friends, or whoever. That's how I feel about Shay and Fabo. But she makes him apologize for his part in the beef, even though in my opinion, the beef is all his fault because there would be no beef if he was respectful. I'm just sick of Shay. I really want her gone. He does say when he apologizes to her mother, he says, I apologize. You know, I raised my voice a little bit and stuff. What do you mean you raise your voice a little bit and stuff? Are you kidding? What?
Yo, I say you did way more than that.
You acted a fool at your own daughter's birthday party. You disrespected her mother on national television. You doubled down on it. You've never apologized on your own for what you've done. You was even disrespectful while her daughter was literally under the knife having her D&D handled for her lost baby. But you say you just raised your voice. If you just raised your voice, it would be, I don't like his tone. Shay's mom done become a staple of this cast because of how Fabo has disrespected her. This lady was not on this show like this, y'all. She was not. So it's weird.
It's crazy to me also how she does not see very clear red flags. This man is a hothead, like a very, 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 very like intense hothead. Like the way she just wouldn't just accept his apology because she wanted to know, what are you apologizing for? Because if I'm not mistaken, didn't he call her a bitch? If I'm not mistaken.
He's done a lot. He's
like I know he chest up on her. I know that, but I felt like there was
a woman.
Yeah, he chest up on her, and I was like, see, you could have at the very least apologized for that. You gonna apologize like, and the fact that Shay's just all like, well, mama, he gonna be in my life.
Listen,
Mona, get her off my screen.
Let me tell you this, because her mom says when he apologizes that she doesn't trust his intentions and she feels like he wants fame. And I agree with the mom, but he says he don't want fame. I can also agree with Fabo, and here's why. He may not want the fame, but want to be connected to someone who's famous because he want to cheat in private. And it's very difficult for you to cheat in private when you are famous for being attached to someone else famous. We don't care about you. We don't know you. We don't know if you have talents. I don't even think he's that cute. I don't know what people see. But I think Fabo just wants to cheat on her in private. You are more upset at your mother for defending the honor that you should be defending yourself by staying away from this man. You are mad at somebody for literally defending you. I am so done with Shay Bucky. I wasn't picked by Flavor Flav. I was dumped by Scrappy on the reunion with the bad wig Johnson. I am sick of her. I'm sick of it. How dare you disrespect the person who gave you life because of this? And I'm tired of you throwing your mother being cheated on by your father in her face. Shay gets at her mother as if she has a mother that allowed her children to be SA'd and left homeless, which my mother did to me. So, fun fact, I had to be literally removed from my household at 16 and was legally emancipated at 17 because I had a parent that literally refused to do the basic things such as provide me with food, shelter, and safety, quite literally. Was literally tortured and abused in my household. And I'm not going to go into all of that because I'm not trying to trigger myself. But it's very difficult for me as a person who dealt with an abusive parent most of my life to see someone who has a parent that, yeah, she made mistakes and yeah, her mom was difficult, but she has tried to rectify her mistakes. She has apologized. She has gone to therapy with you privately and publicly on television multiple times. It's very difficult for me to see her allow her mother to be disrespected in this manner when she didn't have to go through some things that some of us just unfortunately have had to deal with. I got friends who got moms in foster care. I've got friends who got moms that never got off drugs. I mean, your mom may have been at times emotionally difficult or even unavailable, but she's trying now. Some people, especially in the Black community, some people just accept it, never get the apology or even the acknowledgement from their parents. So
exactly, and that's a great point to bring up. I feel like Shay want her mom to kiss this man's ass like she's kissing it right now, and the mom's not going to do that. And I feel like you can't expect her to do that. Like you can't expect your mama to just kiss all in that man's ass just because you doing it right now. Like when he has been nothing but disrespectful. And then the problem is that even still with you over there jumping up and down about how you're not invited to the wedding, man, he's still married to somebody else. So how is he supposed to get married to you if he's still dealing with somebody else?
Are they even engaged?
No.
It was never an official proposal. So why is Shay talking about a wedding? Speaking of which, she did say at the beginning of the season she expects to be married or at least engaged in a year. She did say that when we first met Fabo. Well, a year has gone by.
A year has gone by.
I mean, he's so quiet about
what happened.
You can't get married without being divorced. So, yeah, I mean, you can. You might get into some trouble though, but you
I
know,
mean,
I don't know. Maybe Shay needs to go be on the show. I recap TLC series. She needs to go do Seeking Sister Wives or go over there with Cody and them on Sister Wives because it's looking like that's what she wants. We know he has a family in Milwaukee. We know he has a family in Jamaica, and now he has a family in Miami. He figures, you know what? That's one country down, and I got 2 states down. He said 48 more to go. He gonna have a wife in every state. I don't trust Fable. I don't think he's good for Shay, but I think we are the company that we keep. And I think that the way that we are translates to the people that we attract in our lives to some extent. And I think that's what's happening with Shay. Because he's disrespecting her mama, and what's she doing to fix it? Disrespecting her mama. The way that she got up and walked away, going off on her mom like that, as if she was one of the females on the cast. I would love to see Shay's mom get up, adjust her wig, and give her the good old-fashioned backhand. Because baby, you ain't too big to beat. Eve's Bayou. Go watch it. One of my favorite movies.
I would have to start cutting ties with my child. Like that would hurt me to say that, but at the end of the day, you not finna keep bringing this person around me and then expecting me to do backflips just to appease him just because you're doing it. It's not going to work like that.
Yeah.
Now she could throw in her mama face, well, you accept my daddy when he cheated on you. I'm just doing what you doing.
Your daddy may have cheated, Shay, but he had one wife and one family. So even the level of what Fabo is doing does not even compare that the negative aspects that she always likes to put on her dad. It drives me. And crazy.
I was disappointed in Alan as well. I mean, not Alan, MJ. Woo! I was disappointed in MJ as well.
That was
because, well, yeah, I know. I get that now. That's why I said it. I was disappointed in MJ because when he was like, "Mama, calm down," like he trying to apologize. It was like,
you know what I think that is? I feel like MJ.
Shay just gave him $50. No,
yeah. She might. I feel like Shay talked to MJ. Was like, "I'm gonna need you to keep Mama in order," because I feel like MJ being the baby. And then also, if you guys watch Dion with Fix My Life, you understand the dynamic of Shay and her family even more. But I definitely feel like MJ was trying to calm his mom down, because if his mom goes off and all of that to Shay, if her mom even twitches her eye to look like she has an attitude, then her mom is totally wrong and Shay has a case and all these extra things. So I don't know. I just want everybody to grow up. What I will say before we move on from Shay, because I doubt she'll see this, but maybe somebody will share it to you. Baby girl, let me tell you this, even though you old enough to be my mama, Shay. Don't no man, no woman, not a friend, not a jelly bean or a damn dog love you if they are going to make your relationships with the people in your life difficult, especially your family, I cannot say that I love James as a friend if I be like, I don't like your cousin. I don't like her. I ain't trying to be around her. And then go around his family and be disrespectful just because I feel away. That is not love. If you love somebody, feel how you feel, keep it to yourself, and maybe leave a little bit early so you're not around the person you don't like as long, but you don't go and disrespect someone who's important to someone you love. So that is proof right there that Fabo does not love her. And as for his daughter, I don't even think he fully loved the little girl, honestly. I'm not even
I think he loves the little girl. I just think that because she's one of a whole army. So I mean, I don't understand how you wouldn't love, I'm just saying, he loved kids a lot. But where I'm coming from in the standpoint is that just because he may love the baby does not necessarily mean that he loves Shay. I think that what it is, Shay just seems like she's fun. She seems like she's the fun girl. She seemed like, well, I know she can do the splits. I've seen it personally.
She is not, I don't even think it's the funness. Shay is the woman who has money. Let's just put that out there. I know everybody's like, but the other one had a Tesla. My husband worked at Tesla for many, many years, over a decade. I'm trying to tell you, it is not that hard to get one anymore. It's not like years ago. Okay, the Model 3 is only $35,000, the same price as a damn Honda. So yeah, I'm just saying they're not. It's just like getting any other car, except it's more exclusive, and you can customize it. The more money you have, the more you customize your Tesla. But it doesn't mean all of that. But yeah, I'm tired of these people. Moving on, y'all. I wish I could have said something nice for Shay, but I have nothing.
Neither do I.
Trina is celebrating the Rockstar Festival after it has happened, and she wants Trick to make peace with her man. We will see what happens with that, but I don't even care to discuss it no more until I know what this man does and where she found him at. I don't care, Trina. And I know this is going to sound even more mean. We don't see Trina with so many men over the years. It never goes anywhere. And it's like, it's something with her because they all try to commit or try to make it work and then it just doesn't. So I don't know. I don't care. Swerve is not going to be a thing for us. You need to teach us about him and where he came from. And I need to know if he's 45 and unemployed, still trying to be a rapper. I need to know. I'm just saying.
I hope it's that, and I'm hoping it's that, and it's not the whole, street vibe.
I feel like, I don't know. And that's the problem. We don't know. It's like we can't even talk or comment or make it peace with this person because we don't know him. We just don't, Trina.
We don't know him, and yeah, I can. But something tells me I get in my spirit the way why he's so free to go everywhere with her is because I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it though. Yeah, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
Listen, I can't just up and leave and up and go on vacation. I got to figure it out. James's birthday is coming up soon, y'all. And I was like, I want to come see him. I want to surprise him. I can't. Listen, work. They're like, you can't have time off yet. So, and Swerve don't have problems. So, yeah. Moving it along. Big D comes in and Trina asked him about his issues with Zoe, and Zoe does step outside to talk. I was happy to see Trina keep her word about talking to Big D. Zoe explains that she didn't like how Big D spoke to her. Same stuff she's been complaining about. They do make peace. He does apologize for being aggressive and coming at her aggressively, but something tells me he apologized because Trina asked him to, and it's on camera. But he does say that he will clear the song that she has with the City Girls. I don't like how he allowed pettiness to interrupt business. I don't care how much he's done or who he's worked with. I think a lot of upcoming artists who watch this show will avoid him because
I hope so.
Of this. People like him have their ego so big. I never heard of a damn Big D a day in my life. He says he produced a track. For those who don't understand, producers are different from engineers. Producers make the beat. They may do some little extra stuff to fix the beat, put a break in the beat, add some, special things, but producers make the beat. The engineer is the person who mixes and engineers the beat. I almost feel like I should have had Mr. Best come with like a clipboard, a chalkboard or whatever to teach people, but that's what happens. So Big D is doing all of this because he says he makes the beat. I don't care about that. I don't like how petty he is and the negativity that he brought towards an upcoming artist. We are stuck with the same crap on the radio, the same crap on, all that's out. People like Lil Baby, no shade. I don't particularly care for him. You got people getting put on and you don't know if they're singing or rapping. You don't know what they sound like without auto-tune. I need them to start just be more supportive of upcoming artists who are actually talented. And then we'll have a lot less famous people, famous without talent, if that makes sense. But yeah, they make peace. We'll see. He says he'll clear the song. I don't know why, but I don't believe it. If someone went through all of that extra effort to keep me off of a song that I put the work into, that I have recorded, and that they know I need to help my career, I don't trust them. I would need to see everything in paperwork. And to all the independent artists who support and watch my recaps, whether it be the music reviews and all of that, always read your documents. And if you can't understand it, go consult a lawyer. A lot of times consultations are free. So if you can't afford to pay them to, help you through the contractual process, at least go, get a consultation at the very least. But we'll see what happens with Big D and them. I'm going to keep it moving just because I don't even feel like it's enough to comment on. They've talked about this for, I don't even know how many episodes we in because they labeled the episodes weird, but it's too much. Moving on. Did you want to comment on Big D and Zoe, James?
Nope.
I figured not. Brooke Valentine's having a listening session for her new music, which I think sounded really good. I'm glad that she's going the R&B route. And everybody who went to the Dominican Republic is there, most of the cast, even though half of them don't get along. And I don't know. Amara walks in with Safaree, newly engaged. It seems to be their first like outing as a engaged couple. I use air quotes because I don't buy it. And Amara greeting Eliza was weird. It was weird. Amara La Negra, on top of choosing bad men and being a dingbat, gives me the energy of the female that switch up on you when she get a man, if that makes sense. Like some people get into a relationship and entirely change up, like start acting different or sedity, feeling like they're better, you know, treat people differently. You just made peace with this girl who dated this man. So now because you chose to accept the proposal from this man, now you're going to act funny towards her because she didn't want to go to DR and was upset with you because you invited somebody who proved to be extremely problematic. So if anything, greeting Eliza, you should have been polite, or the girl, you was right. I shouldn't have invited Shay. But instead you act funny toward her over Safaree, which I thought was whack. Grow up, Amara. Please grow up. And don't be acting sedity and changing over a man that nobody wants and that's not a prize, because Safaree is no prize. He's no prize. Just saying. Anywho, Flo then, we see Flo and Zoe. They had an issue because Zoe told her, I'm tired of Gael. Next time Gael get up talking crazy, I'm going to smack her in the mouth. And if you feel the need to jump in, Zoe said, because Joey is Haitian too, she said, I got a sister and she'll fight you. And if you try to have a cousin come in or your other sister, I got another sister. We going to just all be fighting. I said, I loved how she told her that though. Because sometimes people who have siblings and big families, oh, we jump people in this family. We do this, we do that. Well, other people have families too. We just going to be brawling.
Yeah,
we just going to be brawling. Especially Gael's mouth. Oh, I'm so sick of Gael. I really am. But Flo claims that she loves Zoe and she doesn't want to fight no more. I think Zoe scared Flo. Personally. Because if somebody say that they gonna smack my sister, I don't care how wrong she is. No, I'm cool then we don't need to be cool. Because how can I be cool with you if you got a beef with my sister? This isn't just a friend. This is your blood. So if you're gonna stay by Gael, stand beside her, stick beside her, 10 toes down, you feel me? But if you're not gonna do that and make peace with people and you know she messy, then like let it go and just learn from it. So hopefully we see Flo stop defending Gael, because Gael is crazy and she's always gonna be crazy.
I need her to do a cease and desist from her filming, and that will be I'm just saying, I'm not.
Flo knows that if Gael gets a cease and desist from filming, that Flo has no storyline. She just doesn't, because we know after what she pulled with Claudia, I'm done with Flo. She can go. She can really go. But Flo then continues after making and finding love. And this is why I think she's scared of Zoe, because you ain't going to threaten my sister or my whole family like that. I think we ever going to be cool. You don't need to be nothing, even if it's a threat. I don't like being threatened. I feel like it's just as bad as hitting somebody. Don't fucking threaten me. I hate that. But moving it along, Flo then says that Safaree, she goes up to Amara and she's very quiet. I was like, okay, but you know, she has to be messy because she has no storyline. She don't want us to know Marlon and her are just fine. And she says that Safaree tried to come over to her house after they left the Dominican Republic, and that Amara should know that the man is a dog. If Flo has to tell you that somebody is a dog when she literally lies down with dogs, then something is wrong, Amara. Something is wrong. So that's where it starts. We did see Amara step aside to call Princess Love on FaceTime. And I know that people probably want me to discuss this a little bit more, but I am not the recapper or the channel that cares for fuck shit. I am not the recapper or channel that is like, oh my God, this celebrity did that. I'm not. But what I do know is that Princess Love and Ray J have filed for divorce, gone through the process, wasted the courts in California's time over and over again. There are rules too in California where if you go to court too much or file for divorce too many times, they can actually file papers to keep you from being allowed to just get a court case.
Which they should, because they're bullshitting and we all know it.
Give them an annulment, make them common law, or let them become what did the
or
have to do domestic partnership. Something.
Yeah, I would say domestic partnership. I would say grant them the divorce and say y'all only can have domestic partnership. We will not grant your license in the state of California because you're playing with people's money and time, trying to be goofy, and it's just
also making a public mockery of Black love and marriage. There are some couples that do make it. No marriage is perfect. Every couple struggles to some extent, but like if your arguments are, well, I want this, I'm not giving it. Well, I want that, I'm not giving it. And then it's, well, I'm filing for divorce. You don't need to be married anyway. Ray J and Princess individually do not have the emotional maturity necessary to be married. You can have success and be a great businessman. And Princess is a great businesswoman. She and Ray J are responsible partially for the Zeus Network and all these other things. But even looking at Zeus and the companies that they have, like, what do you see on Zeus? Chaos and embarrassment. Same thing as their marriage. So I don't care anymore. We do not care. I'm going to speak for the people of Love and Hip Hop, Miami, content creators, TMZ, The Lord, Sleepy Joe, Donald Trump, James Jackson, renowned author, the characters of Fraternity Row, which my husband is enjoying. I'm going to speak for Harry Potter, Malfoy, Gryffindor, the whole crew, the city of Oakland, the store on my shirt. Like, I think I speak for all of us when we say we do not care anymore. I don't want to hear not a damn thing about this divorce until they are divorced. I do not care. I do not.
I can do one better than that. I don't want to hear anything about this divorce until one of them remarries.
Listen, at this time, I agree. Because I feel like until they remarry, they're going to do the ping pong, the back and forth.
The back and forth, the ping pong, the file, refile. You know what they're going to start doing? They're going to start making y'all motherfuckers pay for that filing.
For real.
They're going to start making y'all pay for that stuff. Right now, you can file for free, but they're going to start making you, to serve somebody, they're going to start making y'all pay $500. And y'all only have yourselves to blame because of this because Princess and Ray do this goofy shit every fucking year, and we get sick of it. So they're going to start, the courts are going to start charging y'all.
I'm just over it, yeah. I hope the court does that. So we're going to move on. Sorry, Princess. We don't care enough to talk about it. And that's a very childish thing that I'm filing for divorce right now. If I'm filing for divorce, I'm not answering my FaceTimes, okay? I'm consulting with my attorney. Is this correct? Did you get that done? Why am I on FaceTime with a bitch that just got engaged to a man that belongs to the country? Like, no, I'm not doing it. So moving on, Brooke performs. I love her song. I love her voice. I love her music. I definitely think that being on Love and Hip Hop Miami shows that Brooke Valentine is she's in a different space. She was chaotic and kind of pulling the Amada La Negra, the dumb stuff with Flo, going back and forth to these men. But Marcus worked on himself individually, separate from his relationship. Brooke's done the same thing. And you can just see that there's growth and strength there. So I think she's actually been slightly a breath of fresh air a little bit on this show because she's funny and she's messy and is good for TV, but not in a way that's like, oh, I have to have a difficult conversation or, there's going to be a longer recap. So I will say that. So we didn't see Florence L. Luce and the mess that is her. Then she tells Amara that Safaree tried to come to her house, which is craziness. And Amara decides to confront Safaree about what she learned. And I didn't even notice until Amara's pointed out that Eliza was behind them trying to have this conversation. I said, oh. And Eliza Reign is another one I did not like, you guys, but I actually like her on the show. I don't mind her thus far. But Eliza overhears Amara confronted Safaree and asked him about the videos and the text messages that he has been sending to her. Now, we know that Safaree and Eliza slept together and Amara felt betrayed by this and they supposedly made peace. Safaree is in her DMs and she was holding up her phone with proof of the messages, showing them to whoever would listen. She has videos and she has text messages of him and missed calls, 2:22 a.m. If you're calling somebody at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're calling them likely for a booty call, unless it's like a family emergency or something of that nature. There's nobody I talk to at that hour. There's just, except for Mr. Bliss, there's nobody I talk to. So I'm just going to say this. Amara aborts the mission and she goes to the car and tells Safaree it's not okay and that this is embarrassing. And his rebuttal is, well, you was having baby daddy issues in the DR showing people you still care. And then she asked to see his phone, and the phone that he was on when he walked in is now suddenly dead. Unless you have an iPhone 4, your phone ain't dead. Okay. iPhones are much better. We've come far in these batteries now. Okay. I don't believe that his phone was dead. And if you have an Android, I know your phone really wasn't dead. But he does try to lie. He ends up getting out the car. She ends up driving back by herself. All I'm going to say on this, because I think it would be beating the nail, as they say. All I'm going to say on this with Amara, anybody who is dating Safaree, I'm going to view them as a clown. I'm sorry. I'm going to view you as a clown unless you are actively in therapy, can show me an anger management certificate. I'm going to view you as a clown. This is ridiculous. At this time, I feel like some of these women are talking to Safaree because they want storylines. One, they want to stay relevant on these shows to keep a check coming. I don't buy any of it. If it is true, you're all clowns and you need to grow up and seek help. James, would you like to add anything?
I had a point in the beginning of at the beginning of the Amara and Safaree segment, but then I forgot what I was going to tell her.
Oh,
just like that, I forgot. But in any terms, no, I don't have anything else to say. I felt like we all saw this coming, and including her. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's really sad and almost pathetic of you to even accept the engagement now at this point, knowing that that could have been something he was doing.
Yeah. Here's the thing, too. How you get engaged without getting back together? You skipped a step, guys. You skipped a step, kids.
They skipped a whole bunch of steps. It wasn't just that step. They skipped the get to know. They skipped the, in terms, making sure they're even compatible to begin with. They skipped marriage counseling, premarital counseling.
Skip the part where you're supposed to be seen dating when you're not on camera, not just when you're on camera.
Yes, I was gonna say that too.
Like, come on now.
So we know Lady Safaree is single. If anybody, wants him, he's available to you. He doesn't have very many restrictions. You just got to have, a big ass and some titties. And I'm sure that he is ready for you.
Yeah, because we've seen it don't matter what color you are, what size you are. But the one thing they all have in common, ass, titties, and maybe the same doctor. So we are going to leave it there.
Oh, okay. Yes.
We are going to leave it there. I hope that everybody enjoyed this recap. Keep in mind, we do want to be respectful in the comments. Me and James do not know these people at all. We are just having fun, commenting, talking our little ish about what we see on the show. The internet is a fun place to learn about our shows and stuff, but I want to be a channel that's known for pushing positivity. We will talk shit, have our fun. We don't have to be perfect, but we also need to not be in the DMs of these celebrities attacking them. We don't need to be in the comments attacking them or each other or people with differences of opinion. This is just the show, halfway scripted show. And we just have to remember those things. I just like to push that, but I appreciate everybody. James says that we will be on his channel tomorrow for a live. Is it an unpopular opinion?
It's an unpopular opinion because on my channel, everyone loves them. And I am happy to give my opinion wherever it's necessary. Yes, we are going to do an unpopular opinion. I usually put what it's about in the title, so you'll see what the title is. And we're going to, speak on that. And if you enjoy it, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel and put a comment in there. And if you have anything you want me to talk about, go ahead and send to Mrs. Best Way or my way. We will look over it and see if it's something we want to discuss. And I'm open to it.
Yes, he is very, very correct. We absolutely will be doing that. So I'm excited. And then I forgot. There's another Love and Hip Hop. We did a different schedule this week because we both had time. We normally recap Love and Hip Hop on Wednesdays. So tomorrow I will be recapping the latest episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta after his unpopular opinion. But other than that, y'all, love and light to everybody. Thug Life, Repay Gang. I love y'all. We hope you have the best day. Thank you, James, for being here. Enjoy.
Of course, thank you for having me. Have a great one. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.